What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Cheef and Charts. It's your man Don Bucks, host and creator of Rap and Dough, the home of money conversations. But this here series is called Cheef and Chart. You feel me? And this here we talk about options trading. So if you're in the options trading and the charts that coincide with them, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button, also notification bell. Because I'm on here Monday through Friday. So Cheef and Chart, we smoking the best and we reading the charts the best. This episode is Mother Gorilla, because that's what I'm chiefing. And momentum convergence confirmed. You was tapped in yesterday at What the Charts Say Sunday. We talked about what was supposed to happen today, with the high chances of happening today. And it happened. So one thing I want to get into before we look at the charts is, listen, I don't know if you need an update or reminder, but nobody is coming to save us. Nobody is coming to save us. But the beautiful part about that, the flip side is, we're living in the information age. Is no longer an excuse for I didn't know. That excuse is out the window. You can YouTube it. You have people that have done things and made courses on it. Hence, if you want to learn how to trade options, hit the description, right? It's so much information. You have to be a seeker of it, right? You got to be a daily student, an everyday student, forever student. You got to realize, because see, smart people, and I'm pretty sure you're smart, because if you tapped into here, you're pretty smart. Smart people know that they don't know everything. Smart people know every time they learn something, they realize, wow, there's so much I don't know. That's what smart people do. So I encourage you to, exercise your smartness. Seek information at all times. Things you don't know, seek it out. Why you want to run around here not knowing things? If you want to know something, now we can know it, no matter what it is. All right. Because I have people that think that I know this stuff by mistake, or it just got downloaded into my brain. Nah, I sought out this information. I took courses, watched YouTube videos, read books. I still do that to this day. Right? I join masterminds. I tap in with the people that's teaching. I want to get as close to the information as possible. And that's an investment. It's an investment in time. It's an couple of dollars investment. But money is money. You don't want the money. You want the information. You can get the money from the information. So fuck the money. Spend a little $10 a month, $20 a month, $200 on the course. Whatever it is, whatever that may look like, do that, because the information gets the money, right? And then you get the information, then you have something to practice, to implement. You have to go through the steps. It took me almost 2, I'm gonna say, going on year 3, and I'm still learning. So if you think I'm showing you something now, like I didn't know none of this stuff 2 years ago, but I sought the information like I really wanted it. So I know who really wants it by the questions that they ask me in my inbox. You know what I'm saying? I know if you want it, because you're going to exhibit the same characteristics I exhibited when I wanted it. So before you go hit my inbox, make sure you did all the things that you could have did first before you hit me up and want some hands-on help. All right, make sure you digest it and absorbed all the free content that I have out here, right? And then you'll have some specific questions related to the stuff that you looked up already. You YouTube some stuff already. You looked up definitions already. I'm going to know this when you come step to me. I'm going to know what you did based off of what you asked me. So know this before you come step to me about teaching you this, because I'm teaching this every day. Every day. So let's get into this chart. Yesterday on what the chart says Sunday, I told y'all what was going on. Y'all know we got to keep our eye on the SPY. And I told y'all what the SPY was going to do today based off of the long-term trend. The long-term trend says we're going down. This is the weekly time frame. The blue line is going down. The momentum is to the downside. And it's the lower it goes, that means, or the steeper it is down, that means that's where it's going. But we have to know also where the levels are. So we have to make sure we always draw our levels where price went up and stopped more than twice, 2 times or more. So here's the next level down. Let's draw it in here. Got to draw your levels, y'all. Got to draw your levels. So the next level down is here. Boom. So that's where it's going. But if you didn't draw that line, actually it's going to a level before that level. Let's make this screen bigger. You see this line right here? This is where it's going next. And let me see, the extreme would be here. So that range is what? From 354 to 352. So the extreme is 352. That's where this is going, I believe. The momentum is to the downside. We just broke a support. See that? It closed below. Right here. Closed below. And that's the weekly. So let's look what it show on the daily. So this is the weekly. That's the next level down the weekly. So let's look at the daily. So the daily is catching up to all this downwards momentum. So look what the daily MACD looks like. What the fuck is that? Picture in a way. That's why. All right. So the next level down here is, yeah, that is the next level down. So this is the daily. Y'all see that? How it closed below support. So tomorrow, remember, after 3 or more bars, look for a retracement. We're going to see 1 more bar down, I believe. We already started retracing already, so it may have retraced to that. Let's see what it retraced to. Yeah, see, it broke down and it retraced. See how price action goes? So once something breaks a support, it's going to test it. Price just don't go straight down. It goes down, down, retrace up, down, retrace up. As it goes down, it retraces and tests the level that it just broke. Sometimes you have test failures where it test it and keep going, like that happened last week. That happened back here. We thought it was going to test and keep going down, but it tested and kept going. So that happens too. But this is the confirmation that you're waiting for. But you have to drop down into a trading time frame in order to see this. See, we couldn't see this in the daily bar. This is just one bar. This one bar is these four. You didn't see all this price action in that one bar. That's why you have to have a trading time frame. You need to pick one. I showed y'all how to pick one in previous videos. But you couldn't see all these bars in that daily bar. This is why you need a trading time frame, so you can see what happened that day. And as we can see in the daily, it broke support. So we drop down to see how it broke support. All right, it broke support, and here's the retracement. So tomorrow we can look for continuation down. We can look for continuation down. We're going to test. I told y'all yesterday what we tested. If it breaks this, we test in 355 to 352 area. So that's what happened today. Where were we at the beginning of the day? So this is where we were Friday. And I said, when this is going down, my stock is going up. So let's look at my stock. So this is my stock, or our stock that I'm trading for us. So this is what mine looked like. So as the SPY was going down, as you can see, mine was going up. This is another reason to keep your eye on the SPY. You need to see how it correlates, how your stock correlates with the SPY, because it's going to correlate some way or another, either in opposition or with it. In my case, my stock is in opposition. So I'm looking for the SPY. As the SPY goes up, mine goes down. As the SPY trades sideways, my stock could be trading sideways, right? So so on the longer term, this is what mine says. The weekly, we have upside. The blue line is to the upside. It's not overextended outside of the Bollinger Bands. So we have upside coming, just like the SPY has downside coming. So let's go to that sets our bias, right? We know we're going to the upside. Now the daily has to catch up. So see how the daily is catching up to what the weekly is doing? This is how you see how the later time frame holds precedent over the lower time frame. See, the daily is catching up to what the weekly says. The weekly holds more weight than the daily. So the daily is going to obey the weekly. And then anything lower than the daily is going to obey the daily. So if you drop down to the 4 hour, the 4 hour is going to obey the daily. You drop down to the 2 hour, the 2 hour is going to obey the 4 hour. So the lower time frame obeys the later time frame, but you need to know how each one correlates. They're related. Time frames are related by a factor of 3 to 5. So if you're looking at the 4 hour trading time frame, like you drop down out of the daily and you say, you know what, I'm picking the 4 hour because I like the distance between the support and resistance. It takes about 3 days. I like to be in my trade about 3 days. So I'm picking the 4 hour. I'm using that as an example. Your relatable time frame would be the 1 hour, because a factor of 3 to 5, you can use 4. You divide the 4 hour by 4, you get 1 hour. So your trading time frame would be the 4 hour. The relatable time frame will be the hour. Those two relate, but the 4 hour is going to hold more weight than the hour. The hour is going to obey the 4 hour. The 4 hour is going to obey the daily. All right. So whatever's going on in the daily is what the 4 hour is going to obey. It has to catch up with it. So you were positioning in the lower time frames for what the later time frame is saying is going on. So that's just a review of what I've been saying this whole time. We're positioning in the lower time frame for the later time frame because the lower time frame has to obey the later time frame. Right? Hope y'all picking this up. So right now we're in a daily, which is catching up with what the weekly is saying, right? So we have a new high. The momentum is going to the upside, right? It just broke a support. Like if I drag this over, well, actually this level was from another time frame, I believe. I think these levels are from another time frame. But without even drawing a level, I know that this is a level, and I know that this was a level. No. Stop here. Excuse me. I'm sorry. So the daily. So I know this was a level. It went up and stopped, and it went up and came down and stopped again. So this area is a level. It just broke through here. The next time it stopped was up here at 29.50. That's where it's going before it stops again and works off some steam, because the next level up is 30.50. Already got it drawn there. If I just drag it over, that's where it's ultimately going. See how it went up and stopped there before? So this is the first stop before here. So so what happened was, I showed y'all I was in a $28 strike price from Friday. Where was Friday? So I got in here, somewhere around here, $28 strike price. Let's go down to my trading time frame so I can see it better. We all can see it better. The 7th, where was the 7th? So right here, I got my calls right here at 27 something and got a $28 strike price. It went up to 28 something this morning. I took profit and waited for it to settle again because the parameters stayed the same. Remember, I tell y'all the parameters stay the same. Take profit at the level. If you had more than one contract, sell one and let the other one ride if the parameters stay the same. So I did that bullshit again today. My morning was this is why you need to be focused. You don't need no distractions when you're trading. What I do? Oh yeah, so took profit, hopped back in and bought 2 more contracts. I think I bought 1 more contract, right? Because it came down. It showed weakness in the strength, right? Momentum divergence. And yeah, so so I brought my average price down. I showed y'all how to do that, right? When it comes down, the trade comes against you and you buy another contract for cheaper, brings your average price down. Then when it goes back up, you sell it at that new average price. You sell one of your contracts, so which still locks in that lower average price. I attempted that again because I'm starting to get that in my little bag. Instead of only selling one, locking in that lower price, for some reason I didn't toggle it down to one, because when you go to sell it, just sell your whole position if you don't toggle it down to however many you want to do exactly. I should have toggled it down to one. And when I heard it, because I'd seen it going back in the direction, I was just waiting. And I heard it go off. I was like, ooh, sold it. Okay, we going. I look at it, it says sold 2 contracts. I was sick. So I had to find some more weakness. I had to wait for some more weakness to reestablish the position because I knew it was going to 29.50. The parameter's still the same. That's why I was still going to hold one, right? So I didn't really find any weakness. I just, hopped into. I got a decent contract. It wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't perfect, but I got back in. Um, and I had. Let me show y'all. As a matter of fact, let me show y'all. Boom. All right, so this is what happened. So Friday, this is where I bought the one. All right. This morning, I sold it for 160. So $30 right quick. Hopped back in, bought one for 120. That came against me, right? That started coming down, showing weakness in the strength. The price came down to 103. I bought another one. So that brought my average price down from 120 to like 113, 112, something like that. Yeah, it was 112. And here is where I made a mistake and sold both of them because I put in the order for it to sell one. I thought I was putting in the order to sell one because the average price was at 112. So I'm like, ooh, I locked into 112 instead of 120. So I meant to sell the one, but I was probably doing more than one thing at one time. And I put in the order and it sold both. So I only profited like $2 off this. But it took me all the way out of that cheaper price and the position I had. You feel what I'm saying? It was okay. It's okay. So then here is where I bought. Um, I got back in. See, it was started to go back in the direction. So imagine if I was still in at 113, I'd be up. All right. So I had to buy in at 124. So that's why my price is 124. It came against me a little bit at the end of the day, but we still ended up plus $10 today, y'all. At the end of all of that. But we end this strike price, the $29 strike price for 4 days. So that means I'm holding it until at least Thursday. But I believe this is going to happen tomorrow. And I'm going to be taking profit and repositioning for the next level up if the parameters stay the same. The next level up is right here at $30.40. So I'll probably get a $30 strike price if everything pans out tomorrow's Tuesday. We got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We got 3 days for it to happen. I believe it can go because the SPY has $5 more to go down. So I definitely believe this can go up another dollar or two. It's Cheef and Chart. It's your man, Don Bucks. Hopefully you got something out of this. Hopefully you're learning. If you want to learn how to do this via the course, feel free to hit the description. The link is in the bio. With that being said, always remember, y'all, there is no competition. It's only you versus you. See y'all tomorrow.